Good afternoon, everyone. This is Julie Hedges, and welcome to a very special edition of the Tarot Journey. Live from the Tarot Journey, this is a viewer appreciation special because I am so thankful for all of you who watch the programs, who tune into my live streams that I do on my regular monthly time and throughout the month at other times, and those who are taking classes and support my work with doing, one-on-one sessions, and also supporting my book, The Tarot Journey Volume 1. So this is just, my heart is full, and I just want to share with all of you. So thank you for joining this viewer appreciation special. It's designed today for us to talk about manifestation. We are in a wonderful portal of manifestation, so I'm going to get to talk about that for a little bit. And with that manifestation and this feeling of abundance, I have some giveaways to share with you, and also, of course, live mini readings. That's one of my most favorite things to get to do as I connect with all of you on the tarot journey. So thank you for joining me today. And just to give you a little preview of that, we are going to use the matte tarot deck today. I love this one. It's influenced by ancient Egypt, and it also has a very clear astrology and stellar correspondence. So that's what I like about that. Spirit said that I'm to use the major arcana. So the major arcana of the tarot is really geared toward soul lessons and the higher heart, whereas the minor arcana of the tarot is really speaking toward our daily lives, the movement and the people and the lessons and challenges and blessings of our daily human lives, whereas the major arcana focuses on the soul level wisdom and the soul level truth that we are discovering and mastering and implementing in our lives. And so Spirit said I should use that portion of the deck along with, interestingly enough, along with the aces. So ace meaning one. So Spirit was very clear about me adding in the power of one, the power of the ace, the initiatory energies into the mix. So here we go. We're gonna see about how that works today. Before we get started into everything that we plan to do, and even before we get ourselves settled, I would ask you, if you feel comfortable and if you are led to, please spread the love of the tarot journey. So if you would take the tarot journey and you sprinkle it about, that's what it's all about. So if you would like to do that on your page, or maybe you want to share it with a friend in Messenger and say, hey, come on and learn a little bit about abundance and the tarot journey and see what a viewer appreciation special is all about, an honoring of all of you. So thank you for doing that, for feeling led to do that. So a little bit about while you're doing the sharing and before we get ourselves centered, a little bit about today is talking about the Lion's Gate manifestation portal that we are currently all moving through. And it's not anything that anyone is going to miss. We're all moving through it right now. But how we use those external energies that stir up our internal energies, we can work in tandem, right? So I went on a canoe trip when I was a camp counselor, I don't know how many years ago. And So you think canoe trip, all right, yeah, we're just going to float down this river. Well, there was absolutely no current whatsoever, or it was like not even 1 mile an hour. I mean, really, it was like literally no current. So we had to paddle our way down this river, paddle our way. And I tell you, I would never do it again. But what I mean by that is relating it to this whole idea of the portal. We're all moving down that river. We're moving through the portal. Our minds and hearts and bodies and spirits are all moving through this portal. But when we get our intentions involved and we get our consciousness involved, it's like using those paddles to get us through the portal or get us down the river. With a little more speed and a little more movement and a little more action, a little more fire in us. So that's the whole idea of when we align with that, then we are going to just boost that a little bit more. I'm going to look at the chat real quick here. Polly Joe is here. Hello. Thank you for being here. Rob says he already shook it all about and he turned himself around. Well, that's good to hear. Hi, Brenda. I'm glad you're here. And Jen, thank you for being here. So, if you would join me in a very quick grounding so that we can create a container for this expansive work that we're going to do. So placing our feet on the floor and just really connecting into the earth. And if you would affirm in your heart with me as I am saying these words, my feet are connected to the heart of Grandmother Earth and I am grounded. My knees, my hips, my heart, my shoulders, and my head are connected to my feet, to the heart of Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. My whole body, my organs, cells, bones, blood vessels, skin are connected to my feet, connected to the heart of Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. My central channel, my crystalline tube, my energy centers, my chakra system, and all of my meridians are connecting now through my feet into the etheric, loving field of Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. I am grounded. I am grounded. And imagining now your spiritual team with you. Maybe they are the angels or the ascended masters, your allies, maybe your ancestors, surrounding you right now in a loving, high vibration, divine light of protection and empowerment. So it is. Amen. Amen. There we go. So, giving a little preview of some of our giveaways today, because this is a viewer appreciation giveaway show. So I want to show you what I have here set up. So many of you know that I design and create genuine gemstone crystal jewelry, my business partner and I, R&J Chakra Jewelry. And so it's using the power of crystals to revive your energy system and revive your life. So I've got some giveaways today. I've got 3 particular necklaces. So I'm going to start with, here we have this pendant, this chakra pendant. It says dream. Dream, and it's a pink agate. Now there are some pictures of this on my tarot journey page, so you can kind of check it out if you want to. So there's that one, And then I have the moon. The moon, little emblem there. And there is a pink quartz also. And then I want to just take this one off and show you. This is, I hope that stands up there. Here is a rhodochrosite necklace. So the rhodochrosite necklace, it's like a creamy pink color. And so this creamy pink color, the rhodochrosite is the champion of compassion. And it really fuels the high heart. So all of the work today that we're going to be talking about is really about feeding the heart and uplifting the heart. Hi, Judy. Thanks for coming on. Judy says, I love your jewelry. I wear my earrings all the time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love making that with my business partner. Hi, Polly Joe. Thank you for being on today. So here's this rhodochrosite we're going to give away. And just so you can see these again. Hello, Brenda. So these are two agate pendants. And so agate is very much an earth. Well, they're all from earth, right? But agate is very much a stability stone, a strengthening stone. And they have many different colors of agate as they come out of the ground. And sometimes they can dye them some really delicious colors. So these are, I don't think the lighting is very good right now, but they're very nice, rich, like magenta pink. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like a magenta pink. So it's a rich pink. And again, that is very much feeding the heart energy. Polly Joe LeBay, who is in the chat room today. Thank you, Polly Joe. She had done some teaching about this rich fuchsia magenta color as being aligned with the high heart. So that is the place, like right where my pendant is sitting right now. So in between your heart center and your throat center, the high heart kind of right there. So definitely feeding that in all of your heart center. Hi, Kimberly. I'm glad you're here too. Here is my book, The Tarot Journey, Volume 1. Nicely wrapped in plastic. So I will be giving away one of these as well, a copy of this. I'm sorry to be turning around. I just want to make sure I have them back there in the back also. So the Tarot Journey Volume 1 is full of many of my little short snippets. So each chapter is its own standalone. So you can pick up the book and start anywhere you want to with your own tarot journey. And you can go backwards, you can go forwards, you can reread and put things into practice right as you read them. So it's practical tips and tools that bring the ancient tarot into your modern life you can use right now. So I'm giving away a copy of my book today too. Oh, and one of my newest creations, and this is a really fun thing that Spirit inspired of me. And so I'm giving away a sample today of Rosy Little Life bath salts. So there's my little logo, my Rosy Little Life. And so I'm going to show you right here. So bath salts in a little baggie. And yes, those are real rose petals. Real rose petals. And so actually, this start of Rosy Little Life products, which I've got oils and the bath salts. So I'm giving away a sample of the bath salts today. All of this started really
Julie, sorry, Julie. Sorry, but you lost your sound. So you need to refresh your screen. Okay. We know the drill. We've done this before. Go ahead. I'll keep them company while you do that. We'll wait for you to get back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Every once in a while, her audio drops out, and so we've done this before. We know exactly what to do. She's going to refresh her screen and come back. Wasn't that really those gifts? Holy cow! Those necklaces are so pretty. Let's see if she has sound. We're going to bring her back up. How's that? Speak. No, you got to switch to your. Okay, you're gonna put your earbuds on. I'm gonna put you back down, and so you can do all what you need to do. Okay. See, we've practiced this so many times. We know exactly what to do. Yeah. So those gifts that she's got, those necklaces are really pretty, aren't they? Yeah. And Julie was our very first author that Star Nations published, and so her book, The Tarot Journey, Volume 1. Is really, a lot of teachers have been using it to teach their classes. So, and she's working on her earbud. She's getting it going. She knows exactly what to do, Yeah. Technology is grand when it works. So, but we know what to do. We're going to bring her back up. Okay. And let's cross your fingers. How's that? Okay. Now I'm going to refresh my screen because it could be me. Okay. So hang on. Okay. Oh, still can't hear you. I know. We've done this. We can get it. Yeah. Julie, how about if you go out and come back in? Okay. Okay. All right. See, we when we switched over to the new studio, we had to do all these really trying to figure it out, and she has a new camera and new sound system too. So some of that plays into it too. So anyway, we'll just sit here and visit a bit before she comes back in. If you would like to have a card reading from Julie, you can just let us know. I already have everybody's names that are in the house right now down for a card. But if you'd like not to have it drawn for you, just let me know. You can just put your name in the chat again, not me. And then I'll take your name off or something. But Julie's card drawings are really, really good. I can't imagine you not wanting, right? That done. Yeah. I know, aren't they though? Kimberly's saying lovely pendants. They really are. I'm going to turn off that scroller. Oh my goodness. She's in. I hear her.
You can hear me. You can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Okay.
I'm going to go back down.
Okay, I had to refresh. I had to refresh Facebook, so that kind of made the difference too. So thank you all for hanging in there for this little bit of a challenge. We're gonna get it right. See what's going on with my little magic box here. And thank you, Kimberly. Lovely pendants. I appreciate that. So real quickly, the story about the Rosy Little Life. It began with an assignment from my friend and beautiful healer, Polly Jo LeBay, who, when I was going through a particularly tough challenge, said, you know what? Why don't you focus on roses? And specifically told me to add fresh rose petals to my bath water. And so I did, and I was like, oh, wow, that's good. Okay, that's nice. And so I did that, and then I kind of forgot about it. But at the beginning of 2019, at the beginning of the year, I began to make my own facial products. And I was using coconut oil that you get in the baking aisle and rose essential oil, and making my own face cream, I guess you would call that. And from there in the spring, then began to branch out and start making these bath salts with actual rose petals. and including the baggie, so that you don't have all that goopy mess to have to clean out your bathtub. So yes, full-size products are available, and I include the little baggie, so you can just throw that into your bathtub. You could also use it in the shower. If you're not a bath person, you can also use it in the shower, and the little included sheet that tells you how to do that, how to do that in the shower or the bath. And the full-size products come with a baggie, and also a nice little rose quartz crystal that you can put into your baggie. The sample is just the salt to give you a little idea of what it can do for you. It's very powerfully nourishing, but adding that crystal in there too as you get for the full size. So, okay, those are the products. And so let's see here. I'm gonna make sure that I can't see there. All right. So the last comment I can see is lovely pendants. For some reason, it's not scrolling up. But let's talk a little bit about this manifestation portal that we are in right now, this Lion's Gate. Maybe you have read about that, or you've heard about that, or you've seen that. So most all of you know that my gifts include speaking the language of the stars, astrology and tarot and Akashic records and all of those things. And so the Lion's Gate is a stellar formation. You have the stars and the planets involved, creating this wonderful portal of manifestation. And so why is it called the Lion's Gate? Well, the lion is known as Leo, the lion of the zodiac. And so the sun right now, the sun that's shining beautifully outside, is currently going through the mansion of Leo. And around August the 7th, okay, August 6th, 7th, 8th, it depends on the year, as the sun is traveling through there. So August 7th this year is when Leo, the sun going through the mansion of Leo, reached 14 degrees. There are 30 degrees of every sign of the zodiac, and so it reached that 14 point. And why is that important? So that 14 degree point is kind of one of the posts of the Lion's Gate. And so if you have a gate, you have two posts, and you have a door that swings open, and that's what makes the gate, right? So the sun moving to that point in the heavens created that side of the gate. But what's the other side? Okay, I'm going to tell you. The beautiful blue star known as Sirius. Some of the ancient cultures also knew this star, believed this star to be the mother Isis. Definitely the ancient Egyptians did. And some believe this blue star to be an embodiment of Archangel Michael. So we have Leo the lion on one side, the sun moving to that point at 14 degrees, creating that side of the gate, with the star Sirius on the other side at 14 degrees of the sign of Cancer, the Great Mother. And so that span in the middle between those two gate posts is this portal of manifestation. And let me just tell you a little bit about the star known as Sirius, or the dog star. Initiating the dog days of summer, as we know. The word Sirius has its etymology in the Greek. It is related to a word that means scorching. So yeah, we know these times are hot times. It's almost 90 degrees here, and it's nice and humid and all of those sorts of things in southern Indiana. So this would be the dog days of summer. And in ancient Egypt, like I was saying, it's known as Isis, but a particular aspect of Isis known as Sothis, which is a sky goddess, a goddess of the sky and the heavens. And that's one of the ways that the Great Mother Isis is known. And so that actual star was called Sothis. And the appearance of the star Sirius, or Sothis, as the ancient Egyptians had known it, was the signal for the yearly inundation of the Nile, the flooding of the Nile over the planting grounds. And so with that flooding comes all of the rich minerals of the river. And then as the river recedes, then it creates this wonderful fertile ground in which to grow crops. So it is the promise of abundance and fertility. And so the appearance of this star means, yes, richness is coming. And so in astrology, even in today's terms, the star Sirius is known as a fixed star. It's moving around and we're moving around, but it's called a fixed star because it's so far away that it moves so slowly that it seems like it stays in one spot. The fixed stars in general, just for astrology's sake, the fixed stars move only 1 degree every 72 years. So it takes a long time for them to move around. So Sirius is located at 14 degrees of Cancer in the zodiac. That's a zodiac address. And so that creates one post of that manifestation portal, whereas the sun moving through Leo is creating that other post. And we are going through that gate of fertility and richness and honor that is known as Sirius on one side. And also the other part of the gate is the creativity and the joy and the exuberance that is known as the energy of Leo the Lion. So all of that is funneling through this gate. And we are flowing down the river. And when we get our intentions together and our hearts and our spirits and our minds into that, we can just really put some power behind that and make some real headway for ourselves. So that is the Lion's Gate. So deep breath in about the Lion's Gate. And one more piece I want to tell you about that makes this an extra fertile time. So our planet, known as Jupiter, the largest planet of our solar system, in astrology terms, he is known as the Great Expander, making everything bigger. So, like magnifying things, expanding and growing. It's higher knowledge, higher wisdom, higher resolution, and higher vision. So everything that Jupiter is known for is right now, for the last few days, and I'm going to stay there for a few more days, right on the degree in astrology terms known as the Great Attractor. 14 degrees of Sagittarius. So you see how all of these things are working together in the sky? This manifestation portal known as the Lion's Gate, plus Jupiter, the Great Expander, the Great Benefic. He's a very happy planet, making everything bigger and granting abundance on the degree in astrology known as the Great Attractor. And the Great Attractor at 14 degrees of Sagittarius means instant manifestation. So our thoughts and what we speak and how we feel, instant manifestation. So add that into the mix of this Lion's Gate. mindscape. And so we have a special right now. I want to announce here on the screen. You can see the viewer appreciation special. We have Brenda Boyle. Congratulations. You get the dream necklace. So when these specials are announced, would you please email thetarotjourney@gmail.com, and I might ask if Neshi would put that into the chat. Please email your mailing address so I can be sure to get these out to you. So congratulations, Brenda, on the dream necklace. So may it really just honor and assist your dreams. Right. Perfect. So thank you all for tuning in, and congratulations. Congratulations to Brenda. Okay. It is 3:33 according to my clock. Isn't that awesome? I love that. 3:33. Let's go ahead and get into some readings now. I'm going to be using, again, the Matte Tarot deck. So very much with the energy of, there's the energy of astrology in there, the moon. The moon orbit and cycles. That's what I meant to say, the moon cycles. Using the major arcana. And this first one will be Miss Polly Jo LeVay. So yes, the major arcana and also the aces. That's what Spirit told me. So I'm shuffling these until one of them pops out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm shuffling, and the one that I need is just going to pop right out. And there we go. Oh, the Fool. I love this. For you, Polly Jo, the Fool. That fresh energy of moving into new territories. And the message about this is everything that you need, you already have. So there's no need to pack up a lot of stuff like what I'm being shown is the Beverly Hillbillies contraption that they moved all of their possessions to Beverly Hills. You know what I'm talking about. So we don't need that. Everything that you need, you have with you. And the things that you might need, you will find along the way. So as you keep taking those steps, you'll be using, okay, this is the message. You'll be using the tools that you already have in new ways. And this is what I'm actually seeing is like a pair of scissors being transformed into a bird. So what that means is the tools that you already have and that you know how to use will be transforming into other useful tools, other useful systems and practices. But everything that you need, you already have. Yay. That's a good message. Good message. So thank you for tuning in. And now we have Brenda Boyle, our winner, Brenda Boyle. So let's see here what the message is. Ooh, this one really just popped right out. Ace of Swords. Look at that. That is the caduceus, the winged serpents on the rod, the caduceus, the manifestation of healing. And this is going on the message is going on a vision quest of sorts. Instead of, okay. My guides are showing me things, and now I have to put them into regular English words. Okay. So the message is, instead of signing up for class after class after class after, course or workshop to, oh, I want to learn this. Oh, I want to learn this. Oh, I want to learn this. To think about the wisdom that you already have from the types of classes that you've already taken and how they can be deepened. And taking a vision quest or your own sacred journey time, your own sacred learning into deepening those. So maybe you have taken a class on astrology, for example. And so adding some deeper practices on that. So maybe you go into esoteric astrology or Uranian astrology or some other part of that adds a little bit more knowledge to that base that you already have. So it's good to always explore and to learn, but this is about deepening and broadening subjects that you already are aligned with, and a personal vision quest to make sure that those are honoring your spirit and your vision for your life. Okay, there you go, Brenda. And so who is next? Rob wants a card. All right, let's see here. I'm shuffling. Let's see what comes out here. All righty. Oh, look at this here. The Ace of Swords. So this is fire energy. And so I'm hearing now that song, I'm on fire, right? So the fires of creativity are ready to forge something. So finding whatever it is that needs to be on the blacksmith's. What does he work? He works on an anvil, I guess. So forging what needs to come together, like the blacksmith making the sword. Taking that molten steel, that metal, and making it so red hot that it can be malleable and made into a tool, made into something useful, made into a gift even. So forging your gifts in fire. Yeah. So good stuff. Good stuff. And who is next? Oh, wonderful. Jen Armstrong, congratulations. You have the moon necklace. The moon necklace. And that is the pink agate along with a pink quartz and the moon. So that's good heart energy there. So again, please email me at thetarotjourney@gmail.com with your mailing address so I can get those out today. Yay. Well, I'll get them out this week, not today, because I have to go to the post office and get them weighed and all that postage. So strike that, but I can get them out mailed to you this week. All right. Who is our next card? Jen Armstrong. Okay. Let's see here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. These cards will pop out exactly the one that is for you. So here we have the Hanged One. The Hanged One. And immediately as I put this card up, I heard preparation of the gift. There is a gift being born within you. And it feels like a writing gift of some kind. So writing poetry, writing curriculum, writing something to teach out there in the world. It could be even coming through like automatic writing, if you've ever done that, where you just have a blank piece of paper, maybe notebook paper or unlined paper, it doesn't matter, and just letting your pen or your pencil just go. And whatever comes out, just letting your hand just start moving. And as it moves, then Symbols might come through, drawings might come through, and then eventually words. So it's a gift being born within you. And this gift was planted a long time ago. It feels like it was planted in 2012. Around that time, around April 2012, that's exactly what I'm getting. So if you had asked for something to be manifested in you, a spiritual gift or some kind of new learning, a new skill, then this is being born to you. And it feels like having to do with writing. So interesting. Let us know a little bit more about that. Thank you. All right, Jen. And who is next? Judy. All right, let's see here. I gotta make sure this doesn't fall out. All right, Judy here. Oh, good one, good one. The moon. The moon, the moon, the moon. All righty. For you, the message is to really pay attention to the moon cycles. You know, moon is where we get the word mood and month and Monday. All comes from this moon. And so the moon is going through her cycles. Right now is in a waxing phase because we are preparing for the full moon that's coming on August 15th, so next week. So she's growing right now. And so the message for you, Judy, is to really pay attention to the phases of the moon during her cycle, during the month. And for you, well, let me back up. For everyone, the new moon and the full moon are important times for all of us. The new moon is when something new is, you can initiate and plant that seed and all of those things, something new to emerge. It's not yet there. It's just being knit together in your intention, right? And the full moon is the completion or the illumination or the manifestation of what we have planted. Well, the times in between, the waxing time when the moon is growing, that's when the intention is growing and the seed is growing and our idea is growing. And then at the waning time after the full moon is when the completion of the intention is disseminated out into the world. So it's completed in its energetic form at the full moon, and then it's being played out. It's coming out into our awareness, into our lives. So for you, Judy, this card about the moon is really for paying attention to those moon cycles. And so you can do that online. You can get online moon phases and put in the month, and you can see exactly every single day what the moon is doing. And the message is, it is the waxing times and the waning times that are most important for you. So the waxing time is after the moon is new, all the way up to when it's full. And then the waning time is after it's full and it is decreasing. So those waxing and waning times are the most important for you, where the intentions that you have their growing action and then their disseminating action. And see how you feel and see how your life unfolds when there is more conscious intention about those phases of the moon, the growing time and the waning time. Okay, thank you, Judy. And who is next? Oh, wonderful. Okay, congratulations to Kimberly. You get the rhodochrosite necklace, and that is the necklace. Oh, I have it over here. The rhodochrosite necklace. Whoops, there you go. That nice creamy pink color, that is the strength of compassion, strengthening the compassionate heart. I love that. So thank you, Kimberly, for watching, and congratulations. So we've got 3 necklaces so far. Awesome. Okay, Kimberly's card. Oh, I love this. Okay. Right here, the Magician. The Magician. This is a very interesting, I'm going to take this away from my face. This is a very interesting artist interpretation of the Magician card. The Magician in the traditional tarot is all about the skills and the tools and the wisdom that you need will always be there at the moment that you need it. And so this artist is showing us, you know, the mother instilling that into her infant and being the primary teacher. And so the message here for us is to, and for you specifically, Kimberly, is to pay attention to the relationship between your higher self and your inner child. So your soul and your inner child. We have all ages of us inside. So we have an inner newborn, we have an inner toddler, we have an inner adolescent. I know mine some stomps around sometimes, right? We have an inner 21-year-old, like, woo, I get to go drinking now. We have an inner 30-year-old, and we have an inner, you know, whatever we are. So it's about really honoring all of the people inside of you and knowing how the learning at every stage is part of your becoming. That's the word that they want to use, part of your becoming. And that every piece of you now can provide that parenting and that safety and that wisdom and that learning and that nurturing to every previous incarnation of you, all the way to the very moment that you are knit together through biology inside your mother's womb. And so this card for you is really thinking about working with some inner child and reparenting. There's a great work by John Bradshaw, and I think you can get some YouTube videos or maybe books at the library. But what I love about his work on reparenting the inner child is going back to that time of, especially as a newborn, an infant even, and saying, welcome to the world. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you were born a girl. All your needs are okay with me. And I'm taking care of you. So that loving, just even saying that makes my heart swell. All of your needs are okay with me. So really spending some time with the inner child in that way. So John Bradshaw is that resource of that inner child work, and that's where those affirmations come from. The all your needs are okay with me. Okay, Kimberly. Who is next today? Who's next? Julie Shumway Hill. Another Julie. Julie is a kind of special name. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'm looking down. It's because I'm shuffling, and I need to see that the card that we need is going to pop right up. Okay. And this one did in a big way. For you, Julie Shumway Hill is the Ace of Swords. Like I said at the beginning, Spirit said to use the major arcana and also the aces. The aces are this initiatory energy. And Julie, the message right now for you is the fire of alchemy. And so we know what alchemy is. That's putting the flour and the water and the oil and the eggs and the sugar together, mixing them all up as a big goopy glob in the pan. And then we turn up the heat. And in about, I don't know, 25 minutes, I haven't baked a cake in a long time, in about 25 minutes, out pops a cake. So these ingredients that we put together, we added a little fire to them, they'll never be the same again. You let a cake cool, it's still going to be cake. It's not going to go back to the flour and water and sugar and eggs and oil that we put in there. It's always changed now. So you are undergoing some alchemy here. And the message is to just be honoring of the fire that is creating the beautiful cake that you are becoming. And I'm seeing this huge multi-tiered cake. Yeah. Honor the fire that is alchemizing you, creating this beautiful cake that you are becoming, this beautiful new creation. So thank you for being on here today, Julie. And anyone else? Stephanie, yay. Stephanie, our social media maven. And she's a great coach too, telling you everything you need to know about social media. Let's see here. Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie. Okay. The Justice card. Look at this face. I love that. And of course, we know Maat, M-A-A-T, is the goddess of justice in the ancient Egyptian pantheon. And so her job was to weigh a man's heart against a feather. And if his heart was lighter than a feather, meaning that he is not carrying resentments at the time of his passing, and he's done his work, his spiritual work on the earth plane. And so if his heart is lighter than a feather, then he gets to go on in his next spiritual journey. If it's heavier than a feather, then he gets to go right back to the earth plane and do it all over again. That was Matt's job. And look at her here. That joy, that laughter. And so I'm very much feeling that joy and that laughter. And so this is a prophetic message for you, is that thing that you think, I don't know how this is going to work out. It's going to come together at like the 9th hour, like 10 minutes before it's supposed to happen, as boom, like a Lego mansion all just click together. Click, 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 click. And that's what I'm hearing now, like the sound of Legos being put together, that clicking, that snapping together. So it's going to snap together at the 9th hour, right when you think, how is this going to come together? It's going to come together. Whatever that concern or that intention that you have out there. So put it through the Lionsgate portal. Thank you, Stephanie. And do we have anyone else who is interested in a card today?
Hi.
Yes, Miss Neshi.
We're almost at the top of the hour, and if you wouldn't mind going until you finish all the cards, you've got, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 more. Yeah. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Love to.
All right. Good. All right.
Yes, yes. Thank you for everyone staying on. I appreciate it so much. And of course, we want to get that. So, yay, Ann Kuhn. Did I say that right? Ann Kuhn? The Rosy Little Life bath salts. You are going to love these. You can use them in the bath or the shower. So congratulations there. And I want to let you know on the Rosy Little Life bath salts, they have such a very light scent. They are not rosy at all. It's the power of the vibration of the rose that you will feel, though. Okay, congratulations. And again, send that email to thetarotjourney@gmail.com so I can get those out to you. Yay. All right, next card, please. And Anne, we're going to get you your card. All righty. Ooh, I like this. Temperance. Temperance. The message that's coming through is there used to be this old ad, and it said, something does the body good. That's exactly what I heard when I put this up on the screen. And so this is about health and balance and coming into alignment with your intention versus what your body needs. So when you're thinking about maybe adding or subtracting from your diet, or adding or subtracting on your exercise routine or your movement, or maybe even your treatment of how you work with your body in a current way, like you have this particular treatment for this health challenge. So whatever does a body good will be coming to you intuitively. And the way it's being presented to me is when you hear it in threes. So somebody could say it, you could catch a flash of a word, or maybe you're in the grocery store and you're just minding your own business and somebody down the aisle says a word. You hear it in threes. That is your notice of, maybe I should look into that. Maybe I should check in with my body and see if that needs to be added or subtracted or whatever it is. But does a body good? This is about aligning with your intention and your body. So that's really interesting. Yeah. So thank you, Anne. Who is next today? Will Jarman. Thank you for coming online today. And I'm getting a card for you. Here we go. The Empress. The Empress is known as the Empress is known as all possibilities. So the Empress in the Rider-Waite deck is aligned with the planet of Venus. And so it's full of pregnant possibilities. So it's kind of like the message is the world is your oyster. Things are ripening. Things are ripening. So it's keeping the intention high of, I want this for my life. Whether it's a sports car, whether it's a new job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's working on your health or your body. I want a certain weight, or I want to eat healthier. Whatever that intention is, it's pregnant possibilities. It's growing before it becomes manifest. And so using the energies of the Lion's Gate that we're going through right now, so August 7th through, I'm going to say through the 15th, which would be the full moon time. Those are the primary pulses of that energy to align with. So the intentions, the time is ripe. R-I-P-E. The time is ripe and the time is right. So get ready. That's for you, Will. Thank you for joining today. And who's next? April. April O'Grady. All righty. Let's see here. Let's see here. The message is, oh, there we go, the High Priestess card. This artwork is just exquisite, isn't it? The High Priestess. And what I'm actually seeing here from my guides is like ecstatic dance. So letting your body get into your intuition. And if you've ever been to a, how do I want to say it? Like an intuitive movement class, something like chakra dance. chakra dance where you go through all of the chakras and you just do the movement that really is coming through your body at that time. So yes, an intuitive movement class, and also listening to your body wisdom, that vessel of creation, has a lot of intuition in it. So if that means that you wake up thinking, well, I should go to the gym, so you pack all your gym clothes, but at the end of the day, before you leave work, for example, your body is saying, how about a walk down by the river instead of the gym? So it's an encouragement to listen to the body, because maybe you need the fresh air more than you need the boom, boom, boom of the gym, or listening to other bodybuilders grunting and sweating and the clang of the machines up and down. Maybe you just need the fresh air and the ions that are released there at the water's edge, listening that way. So there you go, April. And who is next? Andrea Green. All right, shuffling here. Okay. The Emperor card. The Emperor. Let me hold that there. The Emperor is the ruler, the authority. So this is all about taking authority of your life, ruling the kingdom that is you. And, everybody likes that. It's like, yes, I'm the ruler of my life. Yeah, that is so empowering. And I also understand that it can be challenging, because that means that we say yes to some things, but we have to say no to other things to keep our kingdom strong. Every kingdom had its walls. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but when we have those boundaries, we know what is a yes and what is a no. So here is the opportunity to really look at what is my yes, what is my no, and how am I honoring those that brings me the most joy, and that is aligning with my soul intentions and my gifts, my talents, and my abilities, right? So there's for you, Andrea. Thank you for joining us today. And who is next? Oh, congratulations, April. You get the Tarot Journey Volume 1 book that's right over my shoulder here. Right there, right over my shoulder, full of my best tarot tips and tools. So please, again, all of the winners, send your address to thetarotjourney@gmail.com so that I can get these gifts sent out to you. All right. And do we have another card? Tabitha, Tora Balia. I hope I said that correctly. So, Tabitha, congratulations. You have the Star card. Look at that. I just love the artwork. The star is all about hopes, wishes, and dreams being rained down upon you from the cosmos. So the star card is always aligned with the sign of Aquarius. And we have the Aquarius full moon on August the 15th. So next week we have the full moon in Aquarius. So that's higher wisdom. It's cosmic wisdom, really. It's higher than high. It's higher than our solar system. It's cosmic from the far reaches of the galaxies, but it's that cosmic knowledge, that cosmic wisdom and enlightenment and freedom. So a message of freedom, a way you can free yourself coming to you and or being realized here on this full moon. When I'm feeling like it's a resolution of a way to free yourself from X, I don't know what that subject is. Only you will know. But I feel it's the plans for, the blueprints for freeing yourself from whatever that is. So coming to you at the full moon. So be on the lookout, or right here listening to your high heart. So thank you, Tabitha, for coming on today. And who else is hanging heart? Alyssa Plant. All righty. And I want to thank everyone for being so patient and staying with us. This viewer appreciation, it's certainly my honor. And Alyssa, your card is also Justice, the goddess Mat, weighing a man's heart against a feather. So the one who is learning his lessons and working out all of his challenges on the earth plane and doing his forgiveness work and all of those sorts of things, the heart that weighs less than a feather can go on to do other spiritual work in the spirit planes. And so this message here today is about forgiveness work. And the most challenging part of forgiveness work is self-forgiveness. And for so long, I didn't really understand that. You know, yes, I am a healer, and yes, I do this work, but understanding what it really meant to do self-forgiveness. What does that mean? Well, I'll just give you a little example from my own life where I had a situation, a memory come up just this week that I was like, man, why in the world did I let that happen? That was a terrible thing. And so, the shame set in of, well, yeah, the other one involved, that was a pretty nasty thing. But here I am heaping shame upon myself because I let it happen. And, there are things that we work through in our lives that the way it plays out is the way that's going to be most expedient for our soul growth. And so things happen the way they happen because that is a lesson that we need for our next part of our journey. So shame doesn't have anything to do with it. But I was really going through that shame spiral, and I didn't understand. I didn't understand it at first because that had just being very transparent here, that had been something that had come through in my life before. I'm just going to say it like that. So really being able to recognize that, oh, well, that was a few years ago that occurred, and it's coming up to be healed now. So in the space of who I am now, looking back at who I was then and how I was then, and the consciousness that I have now versus what I had then, of course, that happened the way it did. Of course, I acted the way that I acted, and I showed up in that time because that's who I was then. That's where my mind was. That's where my heart was. And so this real clear vision of, oh, that's what self-forgiveness is all about. Being able to see that now I know what I know, but I maybe didn't know it 6 months ago or a year ago. And if you're like me, I know that a lot of you sensitive people have had all kinds of aha moments, especially recently in this summer. It's like, oh man, like I could have had a V8. So we're not able to apply our today's wisdom onto our countenance or our behavior or our consciousness a year ago, 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 15 years ago, because we were not the same person. And that's what self-forgiveness is all about. So I hope my sharing of this self-forgiveness will assist you on some self-forgiveness. because that's this message that's coming up, to have your heart light enough as the feather. So thank you, Alyssa. Do we have anyone else? Kalia. All right. Kalia. Before I do that, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I'm a little parched, so excuse me. I am making myself drink 2 liters a day, so this is my first liter. Almost done with it. Got to drink 2 of them a day. That's what my body says. So, Kalia. And I shuffle until the one that we need pops out. So I'm looking down because I'm looking at the one that I need to pull. Here we go. The Empress. Pregnant possibilities. So new things are afoot. So whatever ideas that really make your heart flutter and you're like, yes. You know, I started this exercise this week. I started doing some journaling of, if I could do whatever I wanted to do, no conditions, whatever I wanted to do, what would I want to do? And it felt so free to think that way. You know, money, no object, time, no object. Just if I could do whatever I wanted to do, what do I want to do? And I started making my list of, well, I was going to I was going to enroll in the University of Toronto and study psychology. If I could do whatever I wanted to do, money was no object, time was no object. So here you go. Make your list of, if you could do anything you wanted to do without thinking of any consequences or, well, I have to get this done first, or any of the buts. Get your butts out of the way and think, if I could do anything I wanted to do, what would I want to do? And that is your first step to creating anything you want to in life. So thank you, Kalia. And do we have another one? Darcy White. Okay. I'm going to do a little shuffle here. I'm going to do like one of those Vegas shuffles. You can't see it here because it's my monitor's up, my camera's up a little bit higher, but I've got to shuffle until the right card comes up. And it literally just pops up out of the deck. And so that's the one that I grab. This card here, the Devil card. I know that that's that artist rendition of the Devil card. In the traditional deck, the Devil card is about feeling stuck and feeling like we have not lived up to our responsibilities. And so this artist representation, the Devil card of this woman giving birth, is thinking about our responsibilities in a way in which we can, okay, and I want to say this, thinking about our responsibilities in a way that helps us understand that when we have the responsibilities down, then we can expand. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so the Devil of the tarot is associated with the sign of Capricorn in astrology, ruled by the planet of Saturn. And Saturn makes everything constrict. And so everything that is born on the earth, like this, goes through constriction, goes through contraction, right? A woman who is in labor has contractions. What's happening? Her pregnant belly, her abundance of life has to go through this very narrow passage in order to be birthed. And that is every living thing goes through this contraction to be manifest. And so if we can think about our responsibilities in the way of having that momentary contraction leads to the birth and the ultimate expansion of whatever you want. Because we know that as an infant becomes a toddler, becomes an adolescent, becomes an adult, becomes a productive member of society, right? But he or she, that baby, was born of contraction. That's momentary. Or for some women, it's a few hours. And yes, it can feel like a squeezing and it can feel painful to go through that labor. There you go. They don't call it a vacation, they call it labor. But those contractions give birth. And so if we can think of our responsibilities in the way of this responsibility, when I master it, is going to give birth to the ways that I can expand in the world. That's the message. So thank you, Darcy. All right, any other cards? Oh, that was the last card. So thank you all for joining me today. This has been a wonderful gift to share with you about the Lionsgate and these giveaways, and to celebrate all of you who attend the shows and the workshops and have purchased the book and have emailed me and worked with me one-on-one. Thank you all so very much. And just sharing my love with you, I want to say that may the peace that surpasses all human understanding be with each and every one of you. Om Shanti. I'll see you next time.